Motivate Podcast Show. On the Motivate Podcast Show, we always say less, but we definitely want to believe for more. So, man, we've been having an exciting time this month talking about um, thinking. How important is thinking? Thinking matters, right? The way that we think and feel and act determines a course, a destination, the journey that we experience in life. And I'm just really locked in on the importance of how we think because understand this, friend, that if I consistently hold it in my mind, eventually I'm going to hold it in my hand. If I consistently hold it in my head, eventually I'll hold it in my hand. A few years ago, I read some research from mental health experts, and they said that on average, we think between 50, 60, or maybe even 70,000 thoughts a day. 50, 60, or even 70,000 thoughts a day. Here's the part that got me. Of those 50, 60, or 70,000 thoughts, 90% of them are automatic. That means if it's 70,000 thoughts, 7,000 thoughts are conscious thoughts. And so I started to focus in on what are some of the conscious thoughts that I have as it relates to my life. What are some of the conscious thoughts that I'm thinking as it relates to my business? What are some of the conscious thoughts that I think as it relates to my relationship with my wife, my role as a husband, father, friend, etc.? And so, I'm asking myself questions. Here's what I understand that answers in life aren't obligated to come to those who don't ask questions. Answers in life aren't obligated to come to those who aren't asking questions. And so I ask questions. I interrogate my thought. Why do I think the way that I think? Why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? Here's something else interesting I've recently learned is that fear and anxiety feel the same, but they have two different functions, two different purposes, two different sources. Fear, the actual feeling of fear. People say, I'm afraid to go on stage. I'm afraid to start a business. I'm afraid to get into a relationship again. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. People talk about things that they're afraid of. The actuality is they're not afraid. They have an anxiety. Fear is the result of very present and real danger. Fear is the presence that's felt from a very real and present danger. For example, if you're walking down the street, someone walks up to you, pull out a gun, and say, "Hey, listen, give me all the money that's in your wallet or your pocketbook." There's a feeling of fear that comes up on you, right? For those that don't do public speaking, as an example, and they said, "Okay, I want you to go out and give 5 minutes," and you're like, "Oh my gosh." Oh my goodness, I got to go up and talk in front of her. I'm so afraid. No, you're not afraid because that's not a present and real danger. What you are experiencing is anxiety. Anxiety simply is the feeling, right, that we perceive for something in the future, an imagined danger and or event. Anxiety, an imagined danger or event. But the contents of what I want to talk about today is, so while we are developing ourselves, what are some things that we can do so that we maintain peak performance in our lives? Peak performance in our lives. I shared on an earlier broadcast that our performance is a prophecy of the way that we practice. Our performance in life, it is a prophecy of the way that we practice. Our performance, what you see when I call it game day, how you show up in your marriage, how you show up in your business every day, how you show up in your company every day, that is a prophecy. It is a result of the way that you practice, right? So if I want better results, I got to check out the way that I'm practicing. Got to check out the way that I'm practicing. And so I just want to quickly share with you 6 things that you and I can do in our daily lives that's going to help us maintain peak performance. 6 things to do to develop peak performance in our daily lives. How do I get this peak performance mindset? Right? How do I maintain a level of resolve as it relates to certain things in my life, right? Because understand this, the only person that has the power and or the ability to stop you from going to the next level, the only person that has the power and or the ability to stop you from having loving relationships. The only person that can stop you and or has the ability to prevent you from living your best life, from living your blessed life is you. You, Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Ooh, that was my Michael Jackson. I'm seeing if I can see a change. So these are six things that I believe that can help us maintain peak performance, a peak performance mindset. The first thing that you and I need to do if we're going to maintain a peak performance, six things to do to maintain peak performance. Number one is your ability to bounce back from setbacks is critical. Your ability, our ability to bounce back from setbacks. I believe that setbacks pave the way for a comeback, right? I believe a setback is a delay today, but it's not a denial for tomorrow. Whenever I have a setback in my life, I look for the win. I look for the lesson because I don't lose in life. I have lessons in life because every day we win. There's a song that came out, I think it's T Pain and someone else. All I do is win, win, right? So you got to have this mindset that you're going to experience setback. Accept it, embrace it. There are going to be setbacks. There are going to be moments of disappointment. I'm not prophesying doom and gloom. Man, I'm telling you, that's this thing called life. Sometimes in life there are disappointing moments. And it's not the moment that defines us, it's our response to the moment that defines us. So understand that you're going to have some setbacks. So I have to build resilience. How do you build resilience? You build resilience by choosing thoughts, intentional thoughts, and intentional language, and intentional posture and or behavior. Like I've eliminated the phrase, they irritate me. I found myself years ago saying that this person irritated me, right? And then I thought about that. I said, wait a minute, I am literally saying that another individual has the power to get me off emotionally. The only one who decides if I get off emotionally is me. And let me tell you something, friend. I've made some decisions in the past to get off emotionally, to go off in my mind, to go off in my mouth, to go off in my actions and my behavior. Yes, this guy, right? But I realize that if I'm going to build peak performance lifestyle, if I'm going to build a peak performance mindset, I got to build resilience. The second thing that I need to do if I'm going to build a peak performance mindset is that I got to create a strong mental practice. A strong mental practice. What's a strong mental practice? A strong mental practice is um, choosing thoughts that are in line with your divine destination. I got to choose thoughts that's in line with my divine destination. Now, I call it a divine destination. You call it whatever you want to call it. Your journey in life, your flow in life, your thing in life, your swag in life. You call it whatever you want to call it. But now I gotta build a strong mental fitness, right? I gotta build a strong. How do you build a strong mental fitness? You look and you examine and you interrogate the thoughts that you currently have. Because here's the reality, friend. My life today is a result of how I thought, spoke, and consistently acted. My life today, the lifestyle that I have around me, my marriage, my relationship, all of that to me, it is a result of what I thought, spoke, and consistently acted on. What I thought, spoke, and consistently acted on. What I thought, spoke, and consistently acted on. So I got to create a strong mental fitness. I got to choose the thoughts carefully. I got to decide on thoughts. Here's the reality about choosing thoughts. Some thoughts aren't for you. Some thoughts aren't your thoughts. If you get up in the morning and said, I don't feel like getting up, and you know that you got things to do, that thought about not getting up, that's not your thought. That's not your thought. If you're launching a business and the thought comes up to you, who else in your family has ever started a business? Who do you think you are launching out, starting this business? That thought, that's not your thought. Don't take it. Don't take that thought. Don't embrace that thought. Your mental fitness is having a resolve about who you are and whose you are and where you are going. Strong mental fitness practice. Mental fitness practice meaning that I'm going to speak words about myself that are in line with my divine destination. The third thing, that if you want to have a peak performance mindset, friend, I'm going to encourage you to get a coach, get a mentor, get a coach, right? The well being and health of your family and workforce and or business is worth investing in it. Get yourself a coach, hire a coach, pay them money, and listen to them. Find someone that's where you want to be in life and connect with them. Don't do this. Hey, man, I want to sit down. I want to take you out to lunch so I can pick your brain. It's a waste of time. Why don't you call someone that's on the next level and say, hey, how can I help you? I want to help you. I want to serve you. I want to help you get to the next level. Friend, you do that, I guarantee almost always it's going to be reciprocated back to you. I believe that whatever we sow in life, that and that only is what we reap. So you gotta hire a coach. You gotta get in a relationship. You gotta invest in that because that is something um, that's to me is part of development. That's part of development. The fourth thing is if you're going to of the six things to that we can do for peak performance. The fourth thing is that you got to work on you, man. You got to take some time to work on you. Work on you taps into your purpose, your process, and your profits. Working on me taps into my purpose, my process, and my profits. What is your purpose in life? Let's just start right there. What do you believe you're on this earth to do? You're not here to take up oxygen. You're not here to take up space. You're not here only to have children. You're not only, listen, you have a purpose. Here's indicators, signs, clues to what you have been assigned to or called to on this earth. What's something you would be doing right now if money wasn't an option? I'm not talking about living a luxurious lifestyle, buying an island. To no, if money wasn't an option, what would you be doing right now? What frustrates you? What angers you when you look out into this world and you see certain events happening? Right? What's a man? If I could, what frustrates you? What angers you? These are keys, indicators. These are clues to an assignment, something that you're placed on this earth to fix. For me, my assignment is that I believe that information makes a difference between success and failure. I'm placed on this earth to get people passionate and excited about things that they cannot see. My purpose, my role in life is to get you excited and passionate about things you cannot see, because here's what I understand. The unseen world is more real than the seen world. How do I know? Because the seen world is a product of the unseen world. The seen world is a product of the unseen world. The seen world is a product of the unseen world. So I've got to make a decision. I'm going to work on me. One of my work on me projects is every year I ask myself a couple of questions. Number one, what did I do in 2023? As an example, what did I do in 2023 that I'm proud of? Write that down, journalize it. The second thing I ask myself is what happened in 2023 that I'm not so proud of? What were the lessons, right, from 2023? The other question I ask myself, are there stories that I'm telling myself that's preventing me from getting to the next level? When I went through this exercise a few years ago, I realized my anxiety about successes was attached to the fact that I didn't want to do the work. I didn't want to do the work. I didn't want to get up early. I didn't I didn't want to do the work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, make it look nice, but I understand that part of this peak performance mindset is that you got to work on you. You have to invest in you. Listen, friend, you have to be willing to see the truth about yourself. Got to be willing to see the truth about yourself. The fifth thing of the six things to maintain a peak performance mindset is number five is know and set your boundaries. Set your boundaries. Once you know and set your boundaries, look, check this out, friend. You're better equipped to set yourself up for success. Know your boundaries. What are your boundaries? Sometimes in relationships, we got to set boundaries. Sometimes at work, we have to set boundaries. I understand that the nature of what I do is not a 9 to 5 job. It's an eyes open to eyes shut. It's a grind. It's a hustle. But inside the framework of the grind, the hustle, I got to set boundaries. For example, when I was doing real estate full time, I decided that I'm going to work no more than 50 hours a week. I saw my friends in real estate working 50, 60, 70 hours in real estate. Man, I'm not about that. So I decided I'm going to work two 12-hour days. I'm going to work three 9-hour days. And then I won't show houses after Saturday on a certain time. And then I am not taking clients out on Sunday. Not doing it. I set boundaries. I set boundaries. The sixth thing of the sixth thing that you and I can do to maintain peak performance is that you got to maintain your focus. You need to be laser focused on your goals, your dreams. You need to know where you are going. You got to be focused. Here's what I want to say about focus, and then we're finished and we'll wrap this up. Focus, Focus. Focus, Focus. Focus. Follow one course until success. Focus, right? Focus. Focus. Follow one course until success. Laser beam focus on what it is that you want in life. Laser beam focus on why you want it in life. And laser beam focus on how you're going to get what your desire or why you want what you want in life. Focus. Follow one course until success. Hey, man, I hope you enjoyed this. This is Rich. I'm Rich Wall Street Williams from the Motivate Podcast Show. At the Motivate Podcast Show, we always say less, but we definitely want to believe for more. Let's get it.